YouTube, what's up? It's AD with US Squads. I'm here with my buddy, and he has this really cool device from Giraud Tool Company. And if you've seen my other videos, you've seen the case trimmer. This is the Giraurd Cartridge Case Annealer. So this is a pretty strange mechanism here, but I'm going to have my buddy kind of explain what it does, and he's going to show you a basic quick setup of this, and we're just going to let it run for a minute. But my main man, why do you use a case annealer? What's the main purpose for it?
Prolong case life and increase the gas pressure in your chamber to allow the cartridges to seal up to the chamber. After you tumble and tumble and tumble and fire and fire and fire cases, the brass hardens and this softens it back out to factory spec.
Oh, nice. Okay. So what do you have over here? There's a setup to this, right? Correct?
Yeah, so you have to heat the brass to the correct temperature. So we have two different versions of temperature varying paint. We have 750 degree Tempelac and 450 degree Tempelac. You paint the interior of the cartridge neck with the 750 degree Tempelac. And put a white line across the base or about midway down the case on the outside with the 450 degree Tempelac. Then when you turn on the machine, you'll use these cartridges to vary the temperature based on the turn time and based on the flame size.
So do you have to set it up pretty much every time you set up brass, or just once?
Every time you turn it on.
Every time you turn it on. Okay. Yeah. So we're going to show you what that looks like real quick. We'll be back in just a sec, and then we'll show you the machine in action. MSRP on this is about $450, and that's for like 223, correct?
For any caliber.
For any
one caliber, and then the conversions are about $100.
Gotcha.
Shipping was $50.
Okay, gotcha. So $500 gets this into your workbench, into your office, and then we'll just... Okay, we're back. We're going to show you the basic setup here, and tell us what we do. Let's check it out.
First thing is we got to get your match or your lighter. Dump out some of the finished cases. Our fancy little Extreme Bullets box is our catcher. We have to light the flame and hook it up just to our basic little green gas propane tank. It's a fairly small flame. We get about 12 hours out of a single tank, so it's not too bad. Once you get the flame lit, you're going to turn on the machine. There's a small knob on the side of the machine that you can adjust the speed that it's going to turn the wheel and actuate the arm that rolls the cartridge and subsequently drops the cartridge. So it's just a perfect balance between the flame size and the speed, turn speed. The manual does recommend about a 12-second turn time, so then you just have to kind of adjust the flame from there. We'll set up two basic cartridges, let it roll those through while the flame kind of comes up to temperature, and then we'll do two with the Tempelac set up so that we can gauge the temperature. It should be pretty close. We've had it running most of the day, but you always have to fine-tune it because the flame comes on just a little bit different. So this next one's going to drop in with the Tempelac on it. We're just going to watch the Tempelac on the interior and make sure it changes. Which it didn't quite change, came pretty close. So we can decelerate just a hair on the wheel, because that tends to have easier adjustment than the flame. The flame's kind of a difficult thing to adjust. Drop another two. And these are all test cartridges that have been reused, because if you anneal it incorrectly, it can have some pretty serious ramifications. So I just reuse the same cartridges over and over to just check the temperature with the paint. Drop another fresh painted cartridge in there, and hopefully that one changes over at about the right time. That one changed at about the right time. So, from there we're going to dump out all of our test cartridges. Bring in a new stack of fresh, fully prepped cases that are ready to go. Okay. And just stack them in the machine.
So fresh, you mean by cleaned, resized, and trimmed, right?
Correct. These have been resized. The primer pockets have been uniformed. We've cut out the crimp with a RCBS crimp remover. and they have been polished and washed and fully trimmed with the Giraud trimmer as well.
So you just stick those with the bottom of the case facing the rear of the machine, and it just does its thing, huh?
Correct.
So approximately, do you know how many cases you can put in this if you were to stack them?
Last I counted, it held 650
Wow.
roughly.
No kidding.
So it holds a few.
So pretty much you can put 500 rounds in there and let it do its thing.
Yep, and it runs, you're about 15 seconds per cartridge, so you get about 4 casings a minute, 40 casings an hour.
So as you can see, it uses this little wheel to drop it in, and it uses this bar to spin it evenly so the flame anneals it, and then it drops the shell. Pretty cool. Let's get a little... Alright, another fine Giraud product. What was the wait time on receiving this particular item?
4 months.
Okay, it took about 4 months, so definitely in demand. And then what do you get with pretty much the case, the whole mechanism minus the propane tank?
That's correct. All the torch came with it. It comes in disassembled. It's going to come with the case-specific shelf sides and the case-specific wheel, and a couple of extra spacers. Obviously this is just a cardboard box that I put underneath it, but the torch comes with it, all the brackets and hardware. But it is cartridge specific. A lot of people buy them for 308s and things, so they'll come with a larger wheel, larger sidebars, and then you can buy the conversions that you would just change everything out for.
And those 338 Lapua shooters, like myself, it does come in 338 Lapua too.
Yes,
so you can get the big one, big boy. Alright, well my man, thank you so much for showing us your Uber case annealer, and appreciate the explanation. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I'll show you the side here. There's the speed control knob to get your timing right. Power switch, and that's that. Pretty slick.